before we launch an actual live campaign through MobileMonkey, whether it be a lead magnet like a landing page or messenger ads, whatever bot we have active, we want to make sure we have our Q&A set up. So especially for Reset IV, this client we've been using as an example, we want to make sure the Q&A is set up before we launch these Facebook campaigns or this Facebook campaign that we built, so we could program our bot to reply to some common questions that might occur. So going back into MobileMonkey, into the back end, under the bot builder, we're going to open up Q&A, and we're going to add a new Q&A item. So a lot of people ask about price, okay? So I'm going to say, if anybody says anything to do with price or cost, we're going to say that the default reply is, you can check out this link. You can check out this page. It's to learn more about our pricing. Or that could be text, or I could create, what I would probably do is create a page and call this Q&A responses, and have a more sophisticated page for pricing questions. Because I don't really want to have to send them to, I would create a page called pricing questions, and I don't really want to have to send them to a website. The whole point is to keep them in MobileMonkey. So I would add, I would add a thing about pricing and give them options and packages. I would send a link. I would send a list link of different packages without links to the website necessarily, and ask them, do you have any more questions? Right? That's what I would do. But for the sake of moving quickly through this and not bogging you down, we're going to set up a default response that sends them to the page. We'll add another Q&A up here that says, if somebody says thank you, right? We'll want to just say, you're very welcome. And you could also use dynamic variables here as well. Thanks. TY. You don't need to send up a Q&A for when somebody asks to stop or to unsubscribe. Those are default and built in to MobileMonkey, and I'll show you what those look like. So let's say I go to my pages, and I want to test this page, just to open up a messenger pane real quick. Thanks for messaging someone. I'll be right with you. If I reply stop, choose a subscription option below, and I could unsubscribe. Now I've unsubscribed. If I engage with the bot and I write hi, well, I don't have an autoresponder here. Let's say I say thank you. You're very welcome, Isaac. Now I am resubscribed. Okay. Now if I've engaged with the bot, I'm back on the list. If I type unsubscribe. If I type unsubscribe, I get a, if I actually type it right, if I type unsubscribe and you type it correctly, you get the same exact choose your subscription option below. I could unsubscribe or I could stay subscribed by clicking subscribe. So those are built in. You don't need to do anything. All your users will have that option. That's why I always recommend when you do those chat blasts and when we're going to build drip campaigns to prompt your users to reply stop if they do want to unsubscribe, to give them that option. Back into MobileMonkey, so we have our Q&A. Anything else that might be relevant to your business, you're going to want to add over here. Sometimes people write inappropriate things, and you could just say, I don't want to talk about that, or whatever it is. And remember, you could program your default page. If somebody writes something that your bot does not recognize, it's going to give you a default page. So we could say something like, we always do want to have a default page set up, so I'll say something like, I'm just a bot, but you can check out some of the links below. Or I'm just a bot, but here are some links below that may help you with what you're looking for. You can always call us on the number below 24/7 to speak with a live human representative right away. And I would add some buttons for the default page, like a phone number. We would add a phone number here and add a couple other buttons to links on the website. That's the default page. So you don't need to come up with every permutation in your Q&A because the default page could serve a good purpose. The default page will respond with that default message anytime somebody types something in that the bot doesn't understand. But the Q&A is good because if there's something specific that you want to say to certain specific things, especially ones that are coming up often, that's when the Q&A comes in. That's when the Q&A is really helpful. Now that we've taken care of some of the additional basics, we've tied up some loose ends, we have our Q&A set up, we have our settings set up, we have our Facebook Messenger campaign built in Facebook with a great ad that we custom designed. We have our Messenger bot built. It's a 9-page multi-funnel bot. It's pretty sophisticated. We're ready to launch and we're really ready to make that happen. So that's Messenger ads, one of the most powerful lead magnets, and I hope you use it really well. I hope you understand how to use it.